I was trying to get it, but I couldn't get it.
It looked like you had to hit him over.
Good evening, Facebook. I am Menda Renee.
Wanda Li.
Your boy Etienne.
And this is Ratchet T.
Oh shit, we forgot your helmet.
I forgot his helmet. Why didn't you call me and tell me?
I just remember.
I forgot his helmet.
If it's gonna be a helmet, it gotta be a Steelers helmet.
No, we just gonna do a yellow helmet.
You don't know nothing about football. You just know the Steelers.
No, I played football in high school.
Didn't you just say I don't know nothing about sports?
No, now I don't follow anything anymore.
But you gonna just Steelers.
Yeah, it's always been.
Okay.
I say Steelers. Right.
Okay. Well, good evening, Facebook. I'm Menda Renee.
Wanda Li.
The bully. Etienne.
The guy that needs to be on a cheese bus, and we apologize if we're a little late. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we are here nevertheless.
Yes, sir.
So we just want everyone to share. Tell everyone that that Ratchet T is on. Tell them that we are on, and we are waiting for you to join the conversation.
Yeah.
Tonight I am drinking a little rum punch.
What did you pour me?
A Bacardi rum punch.
Okay.
What are you drinking?
Straight bourbon.
So get your tea.
That straight bourbon sits there until the end of the show.
Right. He doesn't drink anything.
He doesn't drink it.
So remember, get your drink, pour your tea. And if anything in this podcast pertains to you, sip to get a little tipsy, then jump into our comments because we like to read them.
And make sure you spell check.
I don't care if you. I don't.
We don't care if you.
Cause we don't get it. It be like that, but I love you.
It's okay. We
don't got none of that going on.
It's okay.
Don't do them like that.
I know drunk tech, so we all right. We all right.
Go ahead, shout out.
So
don't do that.
Do the shout out.
This you gonna talk about somebody who don't know how to spell and you belong on the cheese bus.
No. Say shout out. Who's on?
Okay, so who's online right now?
So right now we got Edward is online.
Hey Ed.
Manny's online.
Hey Manny.
Whoa, Manny
wave so we can see who's online.
Hi to all of our Instagram people. Wave, say hi. Give Etienne hearts and Wanda's thumbs up or eggplants, whatever you want to give her. That's cool.
Anyway.
Speaking of eggplants, I bought Etienne some eggplants today.
Check it out.
Pause.
Hey, producer, whenever you get a chance, we're going to get eggplant. We're going to show Wanda how to use the eggplant.
We have an eggplant.
I need to use the eggplant.
A couple shows ago, we had emojis, and tonight it just so happened that I brought.
No, you're not thirsty. Of course not.
Like I need an eggplant in my life.
No, you don't. Certain eggplants you need.
Okay, I can't.
It's got vitamins. Make the hair look like that. You know what I'm saying? Make you smile more often. Yeah.
Okay, so tonight's show we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter versus your Trump supporters and
or your MAGA, right?
I don't know what's MAGA.
Make America great again.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, but before we do all of that. Make sure you like, share, and follow us on Instagram.
YouTube.
Oh, my bad. I had a
Facebook.
I had a blonde moment there for my
Instagram,
Spotify, iTunes, Patreon.
Patreon.com/RatchetT. Make sure and then once again I'm gonna let you know that we are COVID free. No.
As you can see, every episode she touches my face and everything. I'm good, right? It's been what, a month now? What we celebrated that?
I don't know. She coughing. I don't know. Should I come back in?
Nah, she just need water.
She was just with me the other day. So if I got it, you got it.
I was with you.
Yeah, we was walking the park.
But y'all had your mask on though, right?
Oh, we were working. We were walking in the park.
Y'all working out?
We were working out.
Why y'all working out if y'all look good already?
I do look good, but I can always look better.
All right. So what you working out, Wanda Li?
I just was working off the fat that I ate that day.
Oh, okay.
So let me tell y'all real quick about this
Oh,
walk,
wow.
okay? So Wanda says, I say, Wanda, I need to walk. I want to lose some weight. So she's like, okay, cool, great. Because, I'm on this journey to get my body done. So I'm definitely getting it done this year. So I was like, okay, Wanda, so we need to walk. So she's like, girl, come over. We're going to go ahead and go for a walk. I said, okay, great. So we get in the car and she's like, yo, we got my brother coming. I'm like, well, why is he coming? Like, we just going for a walk. Like, it ain't that serious. Yeah, swole in the chest, brother.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, let's go for a walk. So Wanda pulls up. He pulls up
Before we leave,
in the park.
Let me just pause for 1 second. Before we leave, I said, you strapped.
And I said no, because I asked my husband and he told me, no, I can't take this.
So
Okay.
she's like, well, where are we going?
So we go around the corner to this park, and it's Blair Witch dark. It's like no lights, no, it's dark.
Oh, y'all working at night?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, gangster. I like it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, I didn't like it because I had to turn on my camera light. That's how dark it was.
Oh nah, yeah,
It was
but that's committing.
It was yeah.
But
And I was
and we
scared.
walked 1.8 miles.
We did, and we actually heard. And where we walked, we were so close to the water. There was an alligator that lives in that water, and you can see the sign that says, "Please don't feed the alligator." And we actually heard him croak out there. So that's when I got super hyped, and I was like, "Yo, I'm ready."
Thank God you didn't hear. You know how they
Hiss.
Oh my God.
But we heard the noise.
Yes,
But it's funny because we're walking and everything we hear, we're like,
scared.
It was a sidewalk. There's grass, sidewalk, and grass.
No, it's
So
grass,
it's a
sidewalk,
path,
little
right.
bit of grass and water.
so water
Uh-huh.
and then jungle because it was
Uh-huh.
nothing but trees and a
Mhm.
path, the little path.
Damn. What I usually
In the
do, I
dark.
usually walk on the grass.
And it
away
was
from
like-
the, I don't walk
What
on the
was it, like
sidewalk.
8 o'clock at night?
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, I got it in though. Yeah, I saw other people.
No, but we had
No,
fun.
we were the only people.
No, we were the only people there.
When-
Besides the mosquitoes and
was
the
this-
alligator.
The day of
After the
the
show.
storm
It was on Thursday.
when they
was
stormed
a
the
storm?
Capitol. When they stormed the
Oh
Capitol.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, hey, you know they're gonna be at home, so
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
we
I wasn't
safe.
worried. I
Y'all
wasn't
safe.
But we
Alright.
wasn't worried about them. We was worried about them alligators. But we walked in. We made it.
We made it.
And we have not made it since.
No.
It's okay. You gotta be
I
healthy though, right?
don't want to be walking I don't mind walking at 8 o'clock at night, but I got to be lit. Plus, I want to walk. I love it, but when I walked there, the mosquitoes tore my ankles up. So I had like mosquito bites, like no man's business.
You had some sweet lotion on.
No, I didn't have no lotion. Those that know me, I'm ashy.
You're not ashy. You choose to be non-lubricated.
Ashy. I'm ashy. I'm
about to say,
I'm not ashy, but I just,
Say your mind, Wanda.
it's just the stuff that come out your mouth. It's just like pause. It goes away. Because you're like, she's unlubricated.
I mean, her legs not lubricated.
I never have a problem.
Oh!
Thank
Producer with an eggplant that dude. And 3 in the box.
So, while he's getting the eggplant, we're going to do something that we now call in 2021 up to date in 8. So we're going to catch you up to date with the latest headlines for today. So in coronavirus,
What are you supposed to do with that?
well, hold on, we're doing up to date
Yeah,
at 8.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So up to date at 8. So today in the coronavirus battle, we have 22,682,863 confirmed cases, of which this is something that I don't know if you guys know, of which 7,839 people and 771 has actually recovered.
Okay.
You hear that? So almost 8 million people have recovered from the coronavirus and only 378,893 deaths.
That's without
So
a damn
what's going on?
vaccine,
So
bro.
what's going
Without
on?
the vaccine.
So what's going on with the other numbers? They're just sitting in limbo
What are the numbers?
between the 22 and the.
I guess it is in limbo right now.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So they're just
So
in limbo.
we're going to see how many people got vaccinated and how they're doing. But did you hear about the doctor that believed the Moderna virus?
And the Miami
and
doctor.
he died.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to say that there's no link. between the vaccine and him, that he had some underlying issues?
The guy is average. He runs, he works out, he fishes, big game fisherman.
Is that the one from Florida?
Yeah.
That said he was healthy, completely healthy.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you start accusing Big Pharma. They're like, whoa, bro, that ain't nothing to do with us. Bro, the man was healthy. 2 weeks later, symptoms.
Mm-hmm. In other trendy news, have you guys heard about Kamala Harris and her Vogue photo shoot?
Oh, fine, behind.
Okay, so this shoot is really causing a huge stir because the photo captures her in her signature Converse sneakers in front of a pink and green drapes. So pink and green, you know, she's an AKA, Alpha Kappa Alpha. Shout out to AKAs.
First black sorority.
So many people are saying that the styling is underwhelming, unflattering, and certainly not fitting for the nation's first vice president.
Is it dress code?
No, I don't think it was a dress code. I'm
That's
just saying, I
right.
guess
Why?
they figured that the picture's not as, you know, she's
What
not.
is she supposed to be in a damn
I have
suit
no
in
idea.
a
She's
in a
playing her
red bow
role. The
tie?
vice president
She-
don't really do anything. So
Right.
I feel
And
like
she's being her.
there you go.
And
All
she's
right.
showing her background. What's that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
She's
sure all the
always in
AKs out there loving
She
it
wears
right now.
Converse and she wears Chuck and she wears
There you go.
Timberlands.
There you go.
Okay, I'm not knocking her. She fly.
In other up-to-date news in your sports, former Seahawks draft pick TJ Cunningham was brutally murdered over a parking space.
By who?
You know by who.
Oh my God.
Okay.
When?
Why are we?
What is this? I missed this. I missed this.
I don't know.
Murdered by the slave patrol?
But what's the slave patrol?
Police officer?
I'm just saying it's over a parking space.
Damn.
Do your research. Look it up in the news, okay? And my final up-to-date in 8 trending topic is, of course, everyone should know that Donald Trump is finally banned from all media outlets.
Oh, he was hot. I saw something like that.
But there's
There's
a lot of people that are speaking out about that. They're saying that he shouldn't be banned. He should still be able to have freedom of speech.
Absolutely not.
No. Okay.
Absolutely
Okay. Yeah, you
But-
can have freedom of speech, but go ahead.
But before we go on to that, let me just show you let me tell you some of the platforms, because it really bothered me. It just kind of blew my mind as to which platforms he is banned from. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's banned from Reddit.
The
Have you
hell,
heard of
nobody
Reddit?
used that.
I'm just trying to tell you. Twitch.
No one used that.
Okay, Shopify.
Who
They banned
cares?
2 online stores of theirs. But I'm just saying, just let it sink in and then be like, man, this is like really serious. Twitter, of course,
Yeah,
Google,
Mhm.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Apple, Discard, and you want to know what else? This is one that really got me. Pinterest.
Really?
Well, he
Banned them.
I mean, as long as you got him from the major like communication platforms, all good. What else we missing?
That's it. I'm
That's
just
it.
saying,
He's
but why
banned
is he
from
on
everything.
Pinterest though?
You know they got.
Well, maybe they got stuff for sale.
He like boards.
Oh,
you know,
fine.
like certain like boards.
You know,
All his posters.
his posters and stuff are on sale.
That and pictures and articles, they pin the articles.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Pinterest. Pinterest is big. It gets a lot of traffic.
Because let's say you
Yeah.
know like your theme board, like you want to build a house and make it look nice. You go
Mhm.
on Pinterest, is like I like that, and then you'll save everything you like, and that way you will have a mood board.
Well, they banned him, so there you go. But that is your up to date and 8 Ratchet T podcast.
Oh, he gonna die because he can't if he can't verbally express himself somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But you know
But he's
can
going to start using somebody else.
exactly. He
Or
go under
somebody
his
is gonna
son's
go
name
or-
and say everything he needs to say or
Right.
something.
He's going to use somebody
He's
else.
smart. You know what's up.
Or he just going to wait to his little. When is he out of here?
2 weeks.
And what's today? The 10? 10 days.
10 days?
He's out of here in
He'll
10
wait
days.
for
Yeah.
10 days.
We used to throw a party.
Yeah, they talking about trying to impeach him before then. But
Right, I seen that.
That's not gonna happen.
But it's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
What they should
What
have
they
did
should
was,
happen,
they-
because
they
if they
should've-
impeach him, he could never run again.
well, they should, or if they invoke the
If he-
25th Amendment, he will never ever be able to run
But
again as well.
his vice president said he's not doing it.
Well, he should.
He's
I
not
think
going to step up to
the quickest way to get this man out of office is to invoke the 25th Amendment, claiming that he is unfit to run for office, and let Pence be the president for the next 10 days. That's how I feel.
But like Wanda said, I agree. Everyone has freedom of speech. But the thing is, when you're inciting like violence and you're shooting out signals, he's like doing like what the mobs be doing. They send out signals through like in social media, and you don't know what it means,
Mhm.
but the people know what it means. All of a sudden, the Proud Boys show up. You're like,
But
oh.
that's what they were saying. They were saying the FBI is investigating because they think it's an inside job. Because you can see in the videos how some of the officers were just opening the barricades for them to come in.
I think
they
they had a
knew-
watch party too.
They knew they were watching it.
Yeah, they're watching it. Like, hey, something.
They knew like whose office to go to. They knew everywhere to go.
But
Yes.
here's my thing: if that was Barack Obama
Oh, please.
out there inciting violence on his Twitters and his Facebook and his all those platforms, he would be impeached, prosecuted, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Yo, props to Obama and Michelle. When Trump was coming into office, they showed them love. They kissed him and everything. I'm like, dude, after all that stuff he said about you, and you still show him love.
Right. Well, did you hear that? Trump said that he was not going to attend the inauguration.
Yep.
And President Joe Biden said, that's a good thing.
He said that's the first thing me and him can agree on.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So I think it would be a good thing, but I think they're going to have their hands full with trying to do this inauguration.
And I think that's why he put it out there that he's not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that his
protesters can come and
right.
make a.
But Penske
chaos.
said he's going to be. He said he's going to attend.
Penske.
See,
Flyboy.
you see, I would put a helmet on you, but I ain't gonna do that.
No, I said Penske because that's the flyboy.
He cool.
He had the fly on him.
All right. Okay.
So we want to know what you guys
He
think.
said he's going to attend.
We want to know what you guys are thinking out there at home.
On camera.
Post your comments in the comments. Wanda's going to read them. You know what? But here's the thing, right? So we got to close all that stuff there because, yeah, that's a little bit crazy.
Oh, I don't know what I did.
Oh no.
Sorry, y'all.
Hold on, we got some technical difficulties. There we go. We're back. We're over here.
Why can't we just put that so that don't pop up?
We will next time because it's not my personal computer. But let's read some of the comments if we have anyone.
We only have
we gotta leave that top one because if you push that one, it's gonna end everything.
We just have Manny. He just said make a new email. That said, I guess for him to be able to get on Twitter.
Oh, make a new email. Oh,
he probably is behind a fake page right now.
He probably is.
He's
back
doing
there,
the Kevin Durant.
People.
He probably behind a fake page right now.
Fake page. Let me find out he's fake page.
Of course he is.
Yeah, you can buy them. You can buy as many pages that you want. And
or he probably uses somebody else's. You know, I've given
out
my password.
Well, he did try to use somebody else's, and they banned that person.
Oh, they got people snitching.
Just know that if you out there trying to, cover up for Trump, they banning him.
I find it funny though, the people that was rolling with him all of a sudden, we don't accept all that. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, okay.
They don't want to be part of the FBI. They don't want to be. Look at these people end up on the TV. Everybody's getting arrested. They're putting all these people's pictures up there, and people are really like saying, "Oh, that's Joe Smith. He lives 3 doors down from me."
Shout out to the Breakfast Club. That one. Did you see the rumor report dunk of the day?
No.
Charlamagne did a dunk of the day, and he's like,
Sad just joined us.
What up, Sad? He was like, I'm gonna do exactly what Pharrell said he was gonna do. Snitch.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, FBI's asking people for, hey, we don't know who this guy is. Please tell us who this guy is. And Charlamagne went through all their social media and got everybody he saw on there, and he started giving their name, the city they from. Mm-hmm. So if you got any evidence, if you want to help the FBI.
There was one girl, a young teenage girl. She was like, hey, mom, do you remember when I wanted to go Black Lives Matter and you told me not to go? And she showed a picture of her mother bleeding.
Oh, that's the lady that got a nose busted?
So her daughter put her on blast. She was like, hey, mom, do you remember when you told me not to go Black Lives Matter? And now look at what happened to you.
You got bust wide open. Face busted wide open.
She was leaking.
At least the daughter was better.
Everybody's telling. But look at everything that's happening behind that. Today there was they said it was one of the Capitol guards committed suicide.
Right, because he probably was one of the main ones that opened up the hey, come on in. Let's have a good day. Come on in.
That congressman, that senator, that the first one that said he was going to object to the votes.
John Hawley.
There you go. He lost his book deal.
I'm not so.
They were like, "You out of here."
They do have evidence of what you're saying about the cops letting people in.
Yeah,
because Willie D, he's a YouTuber. He posts. I think he was part of the Ghetto Boys. Mm-hmm. He posts an actual video of like they negotiating this, like we won't kill anyone, blah blah blah. And the cops just like, oh, let him in,
like, you see them letting them in. You see some of them like this taking selfies. With
black
lady, the lady that fell and hurt her leg, and the officer was walking her down, holding her hand, walking her down.
Let that have been black people. Let that have been 20,000 black people. There would have been 18,000 deaths.
They would have dropped a bomb on them.
18,000 deaths. It would have been a mass murder, the most in history.
Everybody in their family would have got their house raided.
For real.
They would have raided your house.
And the other 2,000 people that was alive, your house would have been raided and you've been arrested, federal indictment for breaking and entering and looting and all that other stuff.
So not fair, bro.
Well, yo, let's get into the topic because I want to hear what the topic is. Like, let's get into it.
What, BML versus?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter versus your Trump, your favorite Trump guy.
Who, me?
Yeah, Etienne, low-key, down-low Trump supporter.
Look at my face.
Okay, he was like, if I got friends that are pro-Trump.
No, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is,
birds of a feather flock together.
Not even. No. That's not what I said. I'm saying just because they have different political views, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we've been bonding together since day one, and they like a particular party that's helping them in certain ways in whatever aspect, I'm not gonna knock them for that. But at the end of the day, don't show me that other negative side where you can't rock with black people, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You don't know. Are they black?
But no, these one's actually from the Pacific Islands, you know.
Okay.
And one actually like American, like
I'm still
American cracker, a Florida cracker.
He's white.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not friends. Have a good day.
What, him?
I don't care. I don't care if we grew up together.
No, but he grew up in the hood. Like in the
Pacific, do he think he's
call me ignorant?
No. It's just
let me tell you something.
I know that he is.
Let me help you out with something, right?
So to be
the one Pacific was Democrat, and then due to certain things that worked in favors for him, he moved up. He went to the other route just for that reason.
But I'm trying to figure out what worked in favor for him.
That's what I told him. I was like, bro.
I'll be trying to figure out. So you guys that are watching, please help me understand this.
Something.
Right? So when you guys are I don't care which party, pro-Democrat, pro-Trump, pro-Republican, or whatever, if you're a Democrat, what makes you go to be a Republican? I'm super curious as to know what would apply to you in your life that would affect you.
Something about like the GI Bill where I told him that I think Obama put that in place. But I think Trump was saying something. He's the one that he brought it up forefront. I was like, dude, I think that's a bill from Obama that's helping you now. But usually it's 4 years prior, right?
Right.
But I was like, whatever you think, bro. He's like, yeah, that's the reason why. I was like, because the VI helped me paying my bills. I was like, okay.
Well, see, this is the problem that I have with colored people of color. This is what I have with my own people. And brown, light skin, brown skin, all shades, Hispanic, and people of color. You don't do your research. Do your research. Stop listening to what people say and actually find out the facts. That's what makes me mad.
Yeah, all you have to do is look up the websites, the governmental websites that they have, and certain agendas are posted on the website.
It's mandatory that they need to be up there.
You're not
absolutely.
Looking to see what's in,
what's going to benefit you.
Going to be for their legislation. Then you're doing yourself
a huge disservice.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
so when you hit me with that tax thing last, I was like, what? The same loopholes they got is the same loopholes that are available to you.
Because when he
might be in a different tax bracket, but I'm just saying.
But when he told me that, I was like, what? I was like, hold on a second. Didn't Obama do that? I'm like, bro, Obama gave you that thing.
Right.
But like they say, it takes 4 years for everything to get in effect. But I was like, you got to give credit where it's due.
Right.
Your boy Trump was knocking all that.
See, the problem is that Black people and Hispanic people have been trained to think that we're so less deserving and like we're so less than. Ever since slavery, we've been brought into we're less than when we're not less than. We're not less than. If anything, we're equal to or even slightly greater.
Right.
Okay, so people really need to wake up. When you have people in Georgia turn a red state blue, that shows the power in the people, in colored people, in Hispanic people, minority people. And just so you know, Asian people are part of that minority. Hispanic people, Black people, Chinese people. Those are the people that they considered minority. They don't say in this country it's black and white.
Right.
That's what it is. So we have the power. So when you got to know that you're not less than. Let me tell you something. I tell my kids all the time, I'm not less than, and I don't carry myself as less than. Yes, I have a Caucasian boss who's super great. However, I'm not less than. I probably know more than. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, he pays me less than. But I'm grateful. Listen, I'm grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I'm grateful. But you know what I'm saying? I don't sit here and take anybody's mess. You're not going to talk to me any old type of way. You're not going to treat me any old way. And I think many of us need to kind of take that and stop being so fearful and have that slave mentality. Oh, I'm gonna lose my job.
Who cares?
I'm not saying
You
rise
about
up.
to lose your job.
You know, I'm not saying rise up and beat the boss in the face. But I'm just saying.
Wait.
You're not less than.
There was a guy that did that though. He won the lottery and then he locked the door. He went in. You can see him on surveillance. He went in. He told people to go. He got on the boss's desk. He peed.
Oh.
And then he hit him with the desktop. What do you call it?
The laptop.
The keyboard.
Oh no.
He whooped him and then he left.
I'm just saying. Did you see the picture of what was it? Was it the senators? All the black senators that was in the house, in the White House? They took a selfie. They was like, "That's my fight."
Right.
Like it's not my fight.
That's not my fight.
Chilling in the room, lock the door behind them.
That's good.
Like, hey, let me chill up.
Just
That's
saying.
what all of us said when we was watching the videos and stuff.
Yeah,
Right. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
I was watching it like.
And then for the black people that was out there, why were you out there?
What did?
If you were one of the supporters out there, I just want to know, personally, why were you out there? Like, what was the cause? Like, what was the?
A lot of them are losing their jobs.
There's
out there, whether you were.
I think Charlamagne said it once. Yeah, there was one lost black dude in there. He looked like he was dressed up going to the club. Like when he got to the building, he didn't know what the hell was going on. He was trying to get out. I was like, bro, you too late for that.
Right.
You with them,
You're
bro.
already on camera. That's what I'm saying. All these people, even they were there, even if they didn't go inside the Capitol, they were out there. They're losing their jobs behind them.
Right.
You about to lose your job.
When I was on my way in, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were like, what is the topic tonight? And I was like, Black Lives Matter versus Trump supporters. Why are they so mad? When at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Right.
Okay. We all bleed the same. No matter what color you are, we're all humans and we all bleed the same. We all feel the same. So why is it this disparity between the two? It's
because they feel like they're losing control. Of the government, the other side. I mean, like you said,
Trump supporters.
Well, when you have an agenda, you got to understand the people that made this society work for them. It was built for them.
Correct.
It was everything was built by us, but it was built for them.
Correct. The rules were built for them.
All of that.
Yes,
whether it's the Constitution or whatever have you or whatever. And so when you have that power structure and you've been in power so long, you're afraid to lose that power. Right. That's the whole reason why Trump came to the forefront, because they say, you know what, we got a white savior that can save white supremacy. We don't want our children to be less than or feel like they can't be in rulership. So this whole mega thing with Trump make America again, that ain't nothing but buzzwords to say.
Let's go back to slavery.
No, let's go back to slavery. Just make America white again.
Right.
Basically, that's what we saw.
Because that's what it basically is. They're trying to make it white again, so they want that rulership. They don't want other people from diverse cultures to come in and rule this nation.
Right.
So when they were there, they were like, "Oh, it's a revolution."
That was that girl, the woman that got sprayed in the face with mace, and she was crying, and they was like, "Why are you crying? What happened?" And she said, "I tried to storm the Capitol," and then he was like, "What happened?" "They sprayed me with mace," and then she was like, "He said, well, why were you storming the Capitol?" She's like, "It's a revolution." Girl, go sit down. Revolution your ass. On your couch, okay?
Edward said America was never great.
Exactly.
Not for us.
Not for us. It was never great. And it's still not great. It's still not great. See, what we need to realize is that it's still not great for us until we have, first of all, we have better buying power than anyone in this world.
Correct.
Okay? We have a higher buying power if we were to come together and find avenues to not be crabs in a bucket. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want Etienne to have more than me. He can't make more than me. Wanda can't make more than me. I'm just saying it's that mentality. It's that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, hey, if I got, let me raise up Etienne. Let me raise up Wanda. Let's all raise together. And then, once we realize that, we'd be in a better position. We have better buying power. Okay. We come up with the greatest everything Black African Americans do, what happens? You do the stanky leg. Next thing you know, you see the Caucasian people doing the stanky leg. You start rapping.
They get paid all this money for being on TikTok
because
that were created by somebody else.
Well, that's always been, but like even the perspective of Christianity. Christianity is a made up religion.
Mm-hmm.
The Hebrews of the Bible were Black people, hands down. Christ was Black and everybody else was Black. But what we have to understand what Christ said, he said that we are the salt of the earth.
That's right.
When we're the salt does what? It flavors everything. We bring the flavor.
We bring the seasoning. Okay.
We bring the flavor. We bring the flavor to everything. Society doesn't move without us moving.
Right.
They use our music. They copy our music. They steal our music. They steal our inventions.
Everything.
You know, everybody think that Ford created the automobile. No, it was created by a Black man.
Yes.
Right.
Ford got the idea of the plant from who? George Washington Carver. He was the first one to make the assembly line to mass produce cars.
That's what he did. Only that.
Hold on. You want me to get up and use it?
No, that's cool. That's good.
Because they're like preach.
Traffic light. Traffic light. Black person.
So
toilet. Black person.
Absolutely. But this is what we got to understand. This is what we have to come to the realization. You know, because fear has been instilled in us for so long, and it's been instilled from us from our parents, right? Because it's been instilled to them and from generations before. You know, but now what you got is a lot of these newer generations coming up going, it's my way or it's the highway.
They don't care.
It's all inclusive or it's not. But it's us middle ground people that are still like, I can't lose my job. If I lose my job, I'm going to make income. But, you know, start a bit, like we said, go back to one of our episodes about how to start a business. 14 businesses that you can start under $600.
I ain't gonna lie, that's why I salute the young generation, the Z generation. They were out there taking L's, getting beat up while we at work, like working. We're like, damn, keep going, boy. We got you, boy. You know what I'm saying?
They're the ones that are out there.
And I think they're the one that turned the election.
They did.
Tell you the truth. They took all the
But
L's.
you also got, you got to applaud other people that went out there to make sure that this election was turned over.
Absolutely.
Okay, shout out to the white people too that stood in front line.
No, but let me tell you,
about the white people that stood in the front line. There's a lot of people that work behind the scenes to make sure that a lot of young Black people went out there to vote.
Oh yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of Caucasian brothers and sisters that we say get the Black card, and those are the people that they don't see no race.
They don't see color.
They don't see color. Izzy's Menda's my homegirl. She's white, she's Black, I'm white. We the best of friends. We don't, and those are the people that we salute and we take our hats off to. But all you racist people out there, that's like, let's lynch them, let's kill them, let's shoot them.
For what?
I don't respect that. I don't respect that. And I can't respect you.
There's so many racism, even out of minorities among themselves.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of Spanish people that are racist that they feel like they're white. You're not
Cubans.
A lot of Puerto Ricans.
A lot of Cubans.
The first thing they say is, "Oh, you guys are from the United States. You are a U.S. citizen because
Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
Exactly.
You are part of the United States."
But a lot of people are like that.
Same thing that happened with us here in America with Black slavery. Same thing happened to you, like Spanish people too.
Right.
You guys did a whole thing called Latidan, where like the lightest, the fair people and the dark skin treated the same exact way.
Willie Lynch syndrome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The same thing with Haiti and Dominican Republic.
Absolutely.
It's the same island.
It's the same island.
But you got the Dominicans think they're better than Haitians and that's not only there, but Brazil as well too, where you got the lighter shade people think they're better than the darker shade people.
You just triggered something there. I was watching a YouTuber where he's a Black guy in Japan, and then he's going there and he's moving around doing his YouTube channel, and the Japan people are like, they looked at him and he's like, why the hell are they looking at me? And then he's like, some guy actually approached him. He's like, you shouldn't be here. He's like, why? He's like, some white guy came here years ago and told us that all Black people are bad. All they do is steal and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what? So he had to show him what Black people really are about. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he started treating them a certain way. They became friends. And, hopefully he changed one seed and hopefully that'll bleed into the community. Right. But like I said, they instill fear. They go there and drop their own, and then they say, these people are bad, these people are bad. And then you grow up hearing that.
in school.
Because that's how you
all the books.
In
the
high
literature.
school, in elementary, they teach their culture. They keep their culture alive. And then, they say that Black people live in the past. When in actuality, they are the ones living in the past. When they say, 400 years of slavery, that's done and over with. You guys need to move on. Stop living in the past. But you're teaching the past for years and years to different generations. Your past, not our past.
Right.
Your past. Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. You're preaching this. You're teaching this to our kids. There's nothing updated in these books to teach us about, hey, what real Black people are, what they went through, the sacrifices they made for the country. Right? You have all these people, you have all these racist people waving the Confederate flag, talking about, don't touch our Confederate statues, right? But you're living in the past, but you're telling us as Black people, get over it. No, you get over it. You get over it.
So jumping off what you said,
I'm just
400 years, right? Add another 50 to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, slavery's over. Black people finally getting their boots ready, bootstraps, whatever, move to Tulsa, Tulsa and stuff. They get their community popping, Black Street. Huh?
They move with
Tulsa.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
No, I know about this.
Yeah, I got an accent. But they move up there, get their stuff popping, 50 years, booming, making more money than everybody. What's the same old story they always do? A Black man touched this woman here.
Mm-hmm.
What they did, they gave him the rights to come in there and bomb the city, burn the city down. Now we're back to scratch again.
Right.
Now we have to depend on y'all. So now we live in a system where it's like we got to depend on the white man.
Well, the system is never let the Black race be greater than anything.
Correct.
Always keep them down by any means necessary.
What Malcolm X say? It's either you give us the land or we leave.
Right.
But we can't leave. Or we can't get the land either.
Right. And then people don't understand, like, what they say, when we say that white privilege is a real thing. That's not true. That's not, white privilege is not true.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It is. It's a real truth.
It is.
That's
great.
We
seeing it play out right now.
Absolutely. White privilege. We're seeing on the Capitol.
Right. We're seeing that play out right now.
How come there was not 18,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 or 7,000 white people dead on the Capitol stairs? How come that didn't happen?
Why wasn't
the National Guard
out there waiting? They knew it was happening. He was saying it. We're gonna walk down. We're gonna go down there. Who
that?
That's a Donald Trump.
I like it. Go ahead. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Right.
He was going down there with his toupee. He was
Listen,
going down there. He was ready
for the inauguration. They're like, they're gonna have the National Guard, they're gonna have the Army, and they're gonna have everybody and their grandmama out there. You know why? Now for the Democrats, like the multi-racial crowd that they're gonna have out there for Biden, but also the protesters for Trump. Now you want to go ahead and call up for backup? Let me tell you something. You can call Pookie and them. Y'all should have called Pookie and them, okay? And I bet you about 2,000 people have been there.
I said the same thing. Like when they were looking for Bin Laden. Once y'all let all the people that are in there on death row, let them out. They'll find them. And if they make it back, they get to go home.
Right.
Boom. I mean, they got nothing to lose.
That's a tricky one in itself. Why are we taking the people
from the army? Let them go out there. I'm sure they're gonna find them.
Yo, that's a tricky one in himself. The fact that they said that Bin Laden was the reason why 9/11 happened. I think they said it's an inside job. They got a lot of documents. There's a hot. I just like that's crazy.
Everything that you see is all smoke and mirrors.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You can't. Believe. I would say believe more than half of what you see.
Right.
It's the puppet master. It's the puppet master show. They're doing things behind the scenes that make you think it's something that it's not.
That's really
even with this Trump craziness. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Right.
It was crazy. To fall on that, the Black Matter, how they treated Colin Kaepernick was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's that police brutality, how they're killing unarmed people and stuff like that. We want our equal rights. And then he's like, I'm a protest, right? What's the best way to protest?
Right.
You got a big platform. You're an NFL quarterback.
Absolutely. On his knees.
Shoot, I'm on TV. I'm kneeling. Why the hell is he leaning? I tell you why I'm leaning, but I'm disrespecting the American flag.
Okay, so hold that right there. So storming the Capitol is not disrespecting the
American
American
patriotic.
flag.
That's what Trump said, right? Patriotic, right? Our friends, we love you. But Colin Kaepernick was asked a question, is you call that un-American what you're doing? He's like, no, I call that American. I'm patriotic. I'm fighting for my liberal justice. Is that not American?
Jerry Jones of the Cowboys won't even let his guys kneel. Said if you kneel, you're going to be fired. They have the freedom to do that. So storming on Capitol is not.
It's patriotic.
It's patriotic.
Yeah.
It's a revolution.
Yeah.
It's the revolution.
It's a
That's the
revolution.
privilege.
That's the privilege
So
right there.
I'm gonna get into some of these comments real quick. Brittany said Uncle Izzy hit the nail right on the head. They're having fear of losing control. Cindy said, that's right, Izzy. Cindy said they hate us, but they want to be like us.
Everything.
Right.
Even
said then they don't teach us the real truth of their history.
Right.
Look at what they did to Gaddafi. Look at what they did to Jam Master Jay.
Right.
Yes.
Brittany said white supremacy has been embedded throughout America's history.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But you know what's crazy? When you start fishing and you're starting to find out the real details where you're coming from, where like black people that are still alive that are teaching you, hey, this is your roots. This is what's going on. What they do to them? Ice them.
Right.
They always ice them. I think Dick Gregory got iced. If Gregory, the one that was...
he actually died of natural causes.
What's that?
Well,
natural causes.
No, I know. That's what they always say,
right,
natural
right.
causes.
I believe it's natural.
He was old up in age. You know what I mean? When he talked in interviews or whatever, he had absolutely no patience because he knew he probably didn't have much time. So he had to blast out the truth or whatever that is. But going back to your topic where you were talking about the history. When you start digging in history, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, and Daniel says, in the last days, information will go to and fro. So information, we can get information almost at the tip of our fingertips and within seconds.
Why?
So,
Especially now.
Due to a black man coding the internet.
Exactly. Not only that, but also what people have to understand, the reason why they don't go past our history, past slavery, because too many truths would start to unravel.
Right.
Like they tell you that Africans sold Africans. Africans did not sell Africans. Africans sold Israelites. So when you start digging into that history and find out what it is and how they've been lying to us about history, they tell you the Dark Ages was time where there was no history that was written down. No, black people ruled Europe for 1,000 years during the Dark Ages. And when the Renaissance period came, they whitewashed everything and made it their color. So when you don't have that information and know that information, knowledge of self is what's going to empower us. Once we start to know about that and we starting to wake up, people are starting to wake up.
Sound like it's Garvey, man.
Of ourselves. So when you got that knowledge of self, you're going to be able to do things and say, you know what? Instead of me shooting my brother, my sister, I can love my brother and sister, and we can come together and form a coalition.
But I can't love my sperm donor. Sorry.
She threw it out
I just gotta put that out there. There was too much. There's too much out there.
Yeah,
back, firing.
But,
Lighten up the mood a little bit, but I'm just saying.
But it's facts.
Sperm donors aren't included in that right there.
Even black, white, Spanish, whatever, you ain't included, bro.
Sperm donor.
Yeah.
Sperm donors are not included for loving anybody. I'm just saying.
Selfish.
What's that? Said okay, like they killed Nipsey, Dr. Stevie, my MJ, Prince. It's all the same.
Right. It's all the same at the end of the day. Look at this.
Yo, we got an eggplant.
You playing with that eggplant a little bit too much.
All right, Wanda, what we gonna do with this today?
I don't know what you're gonna do with it. You asked for the eggplant.
Eggplant
The
parmesan.
eggplant was brought for you.
It's nutrient. It got a lot of nutrients,
That's how-
vitamins that make your hair grow. It give you.
So what are you using it for? Since it's for you.
I make this for the
Look,
kids.
he can't
Eggplant
even-
parmesan.
He can't even.
Eggplant
He couldn't even get it out. He's like,
Listen. She mad at them. Don't be mad at me. Come on, don't be mad at me. Can I speak? Can I speak? Can I speak? Can I speak?
Kids play nice in the sandbox.
It's all love.
Play nice in the
Let's
sandbox,
show the people.
kids. Come on.
See, look at that. Look at that.
Play nice in the sandbox, kids.
We'll have a recipe for this at the end of the show.
no, don't we?
Let go. I have a recipe for you by the end of the show. All right.
That is for him.
Let go.
I don't know what he got going on with that eggplant.
I personally don't eat eggplant.
I don't want that. Right. Look
Just
at
so you know.
Say that again. What?
I said I don't eat eggplant of that kind.
Okay. What's that eggplant they got?
It's the unedible kind.
So,
all right, where we at?
I'll be talking like that one day.
Dark chocolate really soothes the soul. Just
Good, man. It got a lot of antioxidants.
Soothes the soul. Yes,
Cacao.
it does. You see my
Cacao.
skin.
You just
my
see,
skin nice and clean.
you just be agreeing with everything she says.
No, it's true. It's true. Because I
And
have
it's like, I'm confused sometimes. What are you talking about?
what, dark chocolate? She said
What dark
something.
chocolate?
I
She
said
talking about She's talking about her dark chocolate.
No, but I'm giving.
It's good.
No, but listen.
He knows.
I know, because look, dark chocolate, like cocoa.
But why do you gotta keep doing
No,
this?
because the chocolate bar, 100% cocoa.
Dark chocolate is good.
No. What the heck is that? An elephant.
Well, hey. People don't. I don't understand.
Hey,
You're making him blush.
Yo, rock chocolate is not chocolate. Rock
I'm sorry.
Rock cocoa has a lot of antioxidants.
What?
Cocoa.
No, he just wanted to make
Cacao,
an argument
cacao.
of the cacao.
Yeah.
Where's the cacao?
It's a plant that where the chocolate comes from.
Yes.
If you eat it raw, it has a whole. It's like superfood. It's like having superfood.
I think all the dark
But
chocolate.
who does raw?
I have it at home.
You have it at home?
I put it in my smoothie.
You do raw?
What?
You do raw?
Raw smoothie?
I do raw.
Oh yeah, raw smoothie.
I do raw all the time.
I be setting them up.
It's okay. I heard
It's
it.
It's okay for me. I don't care because I do raw all the time. Thank you very much. Next subject. What are we talking about?
Okay.
Black Lives Matter. Here we go. Okay,
Black
so we talk
Lives
about
Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
She couldn't even get it out. She's lucky, but she couldn't even get Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, because I was about to go Black Lives Matter in the bathroom.
Okay.
In a minute.
It does.
Okay.
Oh, somebody got a big
All
comment.
right. Oh,
Anyone?
read that comment. That came through like Jesus.
Brittany
That's a soliloquy going on.
Oh,
the
thank you,
comment, and
Brittany,
we love
because
it.
she just took some of this pressure off.
No, she hit us with the Gettysburg Address. That thing long.
I
Let
want
go.
all the smoke. Let's go.
No, she's talking about racism. She's not talking about you. You know, Brittany love you.
I know.
That's your niece.
Yes, she does.
All right.
Hey, Brittany.
Hey, Brett.
Let's just shout out. I see Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Sad.
Cindy said.
Brittany.
Said she'd been on that crazy walk with us.
Right. He said he was going to walk with us, but then he went MIA.
In the dark.
But they say all lives matter, right?
All lives do matter. I do agree.
That day all lives matter.
Well,
for us.
But
listen, my life wasn't in there, so I don't care.
But they only said that.
We walking through the park.
Oh, in the park, my life matters.
Our lives.
Oh yeah,
I was not talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I was watching them idiots, and I'm like, bro. No, it really felt like we was watching 9/11 again. It was just sad that I'm like, damn. When I have kids, this is what's gonna be in history.
They're not gonna put it, bro.
They are gonna put it.
They are gonna put it.
Oh,
Because he said this is the. He himself said this is the best day in
Yeah.
history. He himself said that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Don't worry, go home.
What?
I love you.
Don't worry, go home. I love you.
I
Today
love
has
you.
been
Don't
the best.
worry, go home.
I've been doing 2 times a day at the gym. I never told me. Said, try to say it. We ain't tell him. I said we're gonna let that slide. Let me read this comment from Brittany. Anyone who thinks racism does not exist today is in denial. You cannot tell me when one race has been raised to feel as their superior. 400 plus years of slavery, Jim Crow laws, 3-5 laws, getting away with murder. It was illegal to murder a runaway slave. There's no way that hate has been embedded in white Americans does not exist today. All lives will matter if and only when Black Lives Matter. So when I said all lives matter, I was really talking about the day we went walking.
The alligator lives matter
day.
too. Yeah.
All lives matter to me. I didn't care who got shot that day. They was out there. I mean, it is what it is. You put yourself in that situation.
It's a sad situation.
It is, but
you would see someone doing something crazy that was incited by this president, and somebody, a loss of people losing their lives, man.
For pettiness.
Because
that really was you losing your life for no reason.
You truly lost the election. There was no voter fraud. All of that is crazy. You know what I mean? And the lady, I saw the videos on social media. She got shot in the throat or the neck, or whatever that is, and just to see somebody bleeding out and losing their life over what? Nothing.
But hold on. But when we lose our lives over nothing,
it doesn't matter.
What? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's the same thing.
But we wouldn't go out there and do that stupid shit.
No, we wouldn't do that.
You know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying
is
is
go out there and be like, let's just storm the Capitol.
No,
because we already know what's gonna happen.
But you think about it, right? Protesters, Black Lives Matter.
Privilege.
But remember,
we already know what's gonna happen to us.
Black Lives Matters was out there protesting against George Floyd 3 miles away from the Capitol. 3 miles. They were shooting tear gas, trying to kill him.
Right.
They didn't even make it to the Capitol, but you're trying to set it off on the Black people.
Did you see the video?
These white people are actually on the stairs.
Right.
You had National Guard out there for Black Lives Matter, but you didn't have it out there for these Trump supporters.
Exactly. But you knew it was coming. Like it was It was all over. They even said prior to that day, it was a threat to the government.
Correct.
That was already issued.
He said
they already knew it was coming.
Trump said, "Meet me there. It's going to be wild."
Right. He said,
"Your president." That's
not president. I didn't vote for him.
That's Etienne's president.
I did not vote for that guy.
He secretly told me he voted for Trump.
I told that. Look at me, my Antonio. Exactly.
He said he voted for Trump on the level.
Did not.
I salute Brittany, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Right. They went out there, they knew what they was doing. When they were like, oh, this lady died. But you went all the way from language, but I said,
that's one.
She went all the way from California.
But you get what you came for.
Out there, like you knew what you was doing. You got what
you got what you came for.
Right.
It's wild. It's a revolution.
Check this out.
This is what happens in a revolution.
That's
this is what happens.
And you got wiped out.
Check this out. Black Lives Matter, right? When we ran up in the Capitol.
She was in the Call of Duty that day.
We ran up on the Capitol, right?
God.
Vroom, vroom.
Listen though, we ran up on the Capitol. It was like, oh, we already know they out for us already. We just here chilling.
Right.
Hey,
we was watching it from TV.
But then they already was like, bro, we got this going for us.
No death, no glory, right?
They're not scared of cops. You know that. They're not afraid of cops. They're like, hey, get out of our way or we're gonna kill you. The cops.
You see a lot of people. Listen. You see a lot of other races walking when they get pulled over by the cops. They be drunk. They take them out the car, cursing at them. They're spitting at them in their face. Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, buddy? You gonna shoot me? Come on,
I own you. I pay your taxes. There you go.
That's what they say. But let a black person do that. Blah! Before you even step out the car, you dead. I'm just saying. White privilege is a real thing, and people need to wake up.
Can I jump on that? You remember that kid from Minnesota that got killed? He was pulled over with his wife and kid, right? And then that Korean cop or Asian cop was like, license registration. He's like, okay. He's like, before I give you my license registration, I do have a badge to carry a gun. Okay, officer?
You can't.
And then the officer's like, okay. And he's like, could you give my license registration? But I'm telling you, I have a license to carry. So I'm reaching to get my license. You hit me like 4-5 times. Bam, 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 bam.
For what?
Because he was afraid.
Why? You know why?
No.
Why? Because you know the power that we possess. I'm just letting you know right now. That's why they're scared, because of the power that we possess. The power that exudes off of us. And
it goes back to like you remember how they say defund the police? I don't say I agree. I say get rid of that whole thing. Because
I don't say defund them. I agree. Right. I don't say defund them. I say better train them and put more black people in there that look like us.
But
because they can relate to us.
You can't train a system that was made against us. You know, slaves.
Right.
They used to call slave patrol. They started in the 1800s. You know, the white people had slaves, and there's like, okay, any white man with a gun or whatever, there's like, hey, please help us keep these slaves. If they run away, catch them and bring them back to us. That's how the police really started. So if you have some 1800 to now, right? That same mentality, when you see black people, the black hoods always have police. Why? We don't need y'all there. The white people don't have them, but they have them on speed dial.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
But the thing is, you've been trained.
Look at Trayvon Martin.
For years.
Look at Trayvon Martin.
Correct. That's exactly. George Zimmerman falls into that too.
Right. Look at that.
Neighborhood watch.
Right. Why are you following this black kid?
You want to line with the police.
He's more scared of you than you are of him.
He was on the phone with the police. It's like, please leave him alone. Let him go.
Right. But
then he used that stupid ass stand your ground law.
Well, I just want to let you know, had that been my kid, he would have been dead. Have a good day.
You have encounters with the cops too?
Like, oh yeah, I've had several encounters. But listen, when I have encounters with the cops, it's not like yes sir, no sir. I'm like, why are you pulling me over?
I do.
I know my rights. No, you know why? Because at the end of the day, why are you pulling me over, bro? Why are you pulling me over?
I had an encounter with the cops out here. And then I have one in Pennsylvania. We were driving in New York, right?
And I know y'all probably saying, "Oh, you can say that because you light skinned," but I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it like that.
Check this out. Let me tell you the story, right? We're going through New York, right? But we had to go to Pennsylvania. Cops pulls us over after following us for like 5-10 miles, right? So I'm in the passenger side, and I was like, "Dude, you're not speeding." He's like, "Nah." Cop pulls us over. It starts to rain, and it's cold as hell. The cop was like, get out the car. No license registration. Get out the car. We're like, whoa, what do you know? It's like, do you have any drugs? What do you mean drug? Dude, we college students. You clearly see our damn college. We got out the car. They made us walk at least 20 yards from the car. It started raining. They opened all our cars, took all our stuff out the car, and they drove away. They drove away and left us. It was 3 a.m. in the morning. We were sitting on the damn, like, dark, bro.
You should say, do you have a warrant?
Warrant?
Yeah.
They would have probably shot them.
Right. We in the dark.
And then you get so scared.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you can't say nothing about no warrant.
And we was heading to the Bronx. And he was like, bro, we got out there. We were all wet and cold. The whole car's wet because it started freaking storming. And they just drove away, bro. Like, damn. If we would have said, hey, what the fuck is that? Bam, 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 throw them in the ditch. Bye. Oh, they was resisting arrest. Clearly, we had no one to watch us.
Right.
So I went through something like that too. When I first moved to Florida, I had out-of-state tags. So I had Illinois tags on my car, and to go to work, I had to drive through Fort Pierce. We already know.
Oh, that system over there. Ooh.
Right. So I had a Lexus. It had rims. It had tints on it. It was registered to a male. But for some reason, she chose to want to pull me over. Her excuse was the color on the registration doesn't match the car. You could clearly tell that the car was a candy cut. I mean, we had got it painted. But she opens the door. She's like, any guns in the car? And I'm like, nah, like, I'm going to work. I have on scrubs on, going to work. I work the overnight shift. She's all of a sudden there's like 6, 7 cars, police cars. I'm on Avenue D and 25th, sitting on the side of the road.
Shout out to Avenue D and 25th.
Because she's saying that, people steal cars and change the colors. But I gave you my registration. I gave you my license. Everything matches the VIN number that you guys are clipped. They brought the dogs out looking for cars. And then she asks me, why are you so nervous? Hello, excuse me. It's 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
You have me sitting on the side of the road. I don't know. I feel like they ran the tags. They thought it was a dude's car because it was registered to a male. And they just wanted to fuck with me. And then she was like, oh, well, if you're going to work, why are you going through here? Okay, sweetheart. So at the time, I was like, I live in these buildings. That's before I moved to my house. I live at the sanctuary, so you have to go to Vero, you have to go through 25th because I didn't want to get on the 95 because everybody knows the 95 is dark at night, and if you catch a flat, I have rims on my car. What I'm gonna do?
Right.
Wait for that damn road ranger.
So she was like, I better not catch you out, and she was Spanish.
Right.
What color? Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the other cop came and he was like, oh no, you could go, but what? Like you sat me out here for all this time for what? I'm like I said, I feel like they ran the tags. They thought it was a dude, and you thought it was a dude in the car.
Did you fear for your life?
Yes,
Me
because
too.
I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know why you're pulling. Why is it why are you bringing? I tell you, there's no guns in the car. There's nothing in it. You're bringing the dogs out, and the dogs in the car, and I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? Right. Again, like I always say, and I say this all the time, I can never say I know what you would feel like. Because I'm light. You know what I mean? And I'm a female. Yes, we catch it, but not like you guys do. But my fear be with my kids. I tell my son all the time, stop driving with them damn tints. Call me when you get home.
Let them see you.
Right. Call me when you get home. That's my fear. My son-in-law, my brother, because my brother is Spanish, but he's dark skinned. So that's my biggest fear when it comes to stuff like this, because I'm a female. I'm not saying that us females don't, but I'm light skinned. Well, and even though I argue with them too, I always say, I argue with them all the time when they pull me over. What the fuck is you pulling me over for? Like
last time I said that, someone said you want me to embarrass you in front of your girlfriend.
Well, embarrass me.
I don't know. I can't sit here and say and take away, from what you guys. I can't say, you know what I mean? I can't sit there and say that I would know what you feel like. So I always say, I don't know what you feel like.
Well,
I can't
think
take
about
that.
it. When Lando Steele
That's
the dude
that got blasted. Yeah,
Castile was pulled over. He showed everything. He wasn't even the driver of the vehicle.
Right.
He had his driver's license and showed the officer asked him, did he have any guns or no? But he said, I'm a registered.
That's the guy.
Conceal and carry.
Conceal and carry. And he showed him that. And now he went to pull it out or whatever to show the officer, bang. it can happen just like that.
But you know
so
what
we got like, you know, when I've been pulled over by officers, you know what I'm saying?
Like, yes, master. No, master.
No.
You don't have to. But
I have to go with a different type of spirit. I gotta talk in a way and move in a way where he doesn't feel threatened.
Well, let me tell you,
because if I don't talk,
but he's
and put on my Caucasian voice at the time,
it doesn't matter what you say to him, because let me tell you,
it does matter. The way that you move,
the
way that you act,
he's going to be scared just of PG that you are black. Period. And you know why? Because they get these police officers that ain't never had no power. They ain't never been nothing they whole life. They've been bullied, they've been picked on, and now guess what? Now they're a police officer. Now they feel like they somebody and they got some power. You understand what I'm saying? And when they get this power, they be like, oh, you know what? Oh, now I'm scared. I'm truly inside. They truly scared. They shouldn't be police officers because they are truly scared. If you're truly scared of another human being and you're on the opposite side of a firearm and you're truly scared of somebody that is not armed, that is something wrong, and you should not be a police officer.
To piggyback,
because period. If okay, for instance, if you're home, if you're in your house, right, and somebody break in your house, right, and you got guns, right?
I got a machete.
What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna grab the machete.
Oh, I'm cutting the head off.
Why? Because you scared.
Damn right.
Because you scared. That's your first instinct. I'm scared,
and you want to protect.
Because you don't know, and you want to protect. So that's what that police officer is, quote unquote, stating. I'm scared and I'm trying to protect myself. That's why I shot him. He moved funny because that's why I shot him, because I was in fear of my life.
I'm gonna pick you up.
But if you're that scared, you should not be a police officer.
Correct.
Period.
Pick you off that, right? Mm-hmm. Like the producer you just said, because he moved a certain way. I got pulled over here, right? Broad daylight. The cop was like, pull up. I'm like, I'm not speeding. And I had my phone in my hand, but I was at a red light. I put my phone down and I took off. Oh, but I didn't have my seatbelt. Cool, I get it. All right, seatbelt ticket, boom. So he pulls me over, motorcycle cop. He's like, get out the car. Now already, let you know, I already know a lot of people got shot, black people got shot. So they're teaching us how to put our hands up on the dashboard.
Right, you got to teach. Right. Yeah.
So I put my hand on the dashboard, right?
Don't do it.
He's like,
white people don't do it.
He's like, license registration. I was like, it's over there. He's like, get the license registration. Nah, I was like, nah, you're going to shoot me. He's like, man, I told you. I was like, license registration. I was like, no, I don't want to get shot. He's like, get the license. I was like, it's in the right. Get out the car. I'm like, so I put my hand out the thing like that. I said, everybody. I pulled up in a shopping plaza where everybody was out. Everybody, my hands are up, you know. And he's like, get out the car. So he literally opened the door for me. Yeah. And when I put my hand up and he walked me to his motorcycle, this dude took the license out my pocket, right? I left my hands up and he sends me back in the car. And he said, wait for me there. I'm like, what the hell? And then he throws the license and back in the car and have a good nice day. I'm like, damn. Yeah. See, all I had to do, I had to be so extra because I knew I had no power. He could have blasted me.
Right. See, you know,
my hand's still
and it's sad that you have to do that.
Yeah. What I tell people is that a lot, okay, and I'm gonna shoot this out to you guys. This is how I feel. I feel like a lot of black women have PTSD because they have black sons. And guess what? When we at work, we got to worry about where they at, who they with, who they driving with. Are they safe from getting home? Are they going to make it from basketball practice? Are they going to make it from their job? You understand what I'm saying? PTSD is that's a real thing. And that'll weigh somebody down. And being a mother of a black child, that weighs me down. People look at me like I'm crazy. Like, oh, your son only walks half a mile from home. I don't care. It takes 2 seconds for something to happen.
Can I speak up about that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
True story, right? Just like you said, the bus stop drops the kid half a mile away from the house. By the time the kid got to his house, he was jumped by some other people that was waiting for another kid.
Who knows?
They beat him so bad. The kid is now mentally unstable.
Or kidnapped.
Excuse me, that's what I'm saying. Like, PTSD is a real thing.
I got a headache.
And you know, at the end of the day, you know, we need to, you know, us as mothers and people in general just need to understand.
Say fathers too now. I got anxiety now.
Fathers do too. I'm not gonna say that you don't, but I'm just saying us mothers, we have it bad too. You know what I'm saying? Because we worry about, you know, when is my husband okay? Can he make it home from work okay? you know what I'm saying? Can he go from point A to point B without being shot?
You're constantly calling their phones like, hey,
that is a real disease.
Can you call me when you get there? And people, and it's sad. Like, call me when you get home.
That is
real. And sometimes, like I said, when my son leaves my house to go home to his wife, and I have to be like, if he's with her, can one of y'all text me to make sure that you're going home? Only because this is
where we live in. And it's sad because other people of other races do not have to do that. You don't have to be like, oh, well, little Jimmy, call me when you get home. No. If you say that, it's because you want to. When we say, hey, boo, call me when you get home, it's because I want to make sure you're alive. And you
it's part of your vocabulary. Every time my son leaves my house, I'm like, call me when you get home. If I see a car accident on TV, I'm like, you at?
But you know what? That's another mechanism drawn by them to make sure they hold us down, to keep our thoughts suppressed, to keep our emotions suppressed, to make sure they keep us under their thumb, to make sure we do and adhere to how they want us to adhere to. Because look at us now. Put your hands on the dashboard. Please don't shoot me. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say please. I said don't shoot.
Well, I'm just saying. But it's still another mechanism.
I was like, I ain't getting shot. I'm not moving.
It's just another way to keep us fearful of our lives, to make us adhere to what they want us to do. That's like a 2-year-old. You tell a 2-year-old, you take the 2-year-old toy away to make them sit down. If you don't sit down, you're not going to get your toy. If you don't sit down, you're not going to get your toy. If you don't sit down, you're not going to get. It's a reinforcement that they do over and over and over again to make sure we stay in the pocket of where they want us.
Shout out to the great cops out there.
But yeah, and not all cops like that. Yeah. Let me tell you something. If you know that one cop did something wrong and you back them because you just in blue, you just as guilty of the crime.
Or silence.
I don't care.
Or don't say anything at all.
You just as guilty.
Yep.
You just as guilty. I don't care. I don't care if you sat at the desk and you heard, oh yeah, man, I shot him, and I wasn't really scared. You, the person that's sitting at the desk, should stand up and say, yo, that's not right, and there needs to be an investigation. You need to be fired and held accountable, and you need to be held in a court of law and sentenced to murder, because that's what you did. You murdered somebody.
I'm gonna jump on that too. You remember like when Corey Jones got shot? Mm-hmm. I personally know guys that played football with him at St. Lucia's. Great kid and everything. Mm-hmm. The only reason why it got as far as it got, because he's related to Anquan Bolden
in the
NFL.
That's it.
And if he wasn't related and Anquan didn't have that kind of power, that would not be on the media. Mm-hmm. But guess what's funny? I got a homie that knows the sheriff. I'm like, bro, that guy killed him for no reason. He's like, well, he's a good guy. I said, I don't give a damn what you say, bro. That kid's a great kid. There's no way that he incited anything. I think they said he had a gun or whatever. Mm-hmm. When you have a gun, if someone pulled up and didn't tell you he was a cop,
right?
Someone pull up on you next to you like that, wouldn't you be like, what the hell? You know what I mean?
I mean, look at the cops that pulled up on the little kid that had a pellet gun and shot the little boy he had a pellet gun.
So Brittany just said that. She said, I won't let little B have fake guns, especially outside. He might be shot.
No, I agree.
Right.
Like,
you can't even have a Nerf gun, even though they're orange and blue.
Hell no. The cop would say it's a bazooka.
Right. Yeah. Or it's a gun mask in orange and blue.
Yeah, it's a colored bazooka.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. But what prompted me, and I'm so glad that you wanted to talk about this topic, because when I was researching, I heard of Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. Everyone heard of Black Lives Matter. It's a movement, right? But when I started really digging deep into it, I actually found out that originally Black Lives Matter wasn't even about Black lives. It was really about the LGBTQ community. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even about Black lives. It was really about the lesbian, gays, and transgender community.
Oh, they got more rights than Black people too?
No, but I'm just saying. Now think about that, right? So
that's a hate crime.
What triggered this?
You go to jail for that.
What really triggered this was the sentencing of the acquittal of what's that guy name that killed Trayvon Martin?
Zimmerman.
So on that day, that's when they created Black Lives Matter. But originally it was not for Black lives. It was for, and listen, if you're gay or whatever, that's you.
It's all good. Do you, bro? We ain't hating you because of that.
So what I found out was and I don't know a little history on Black Lives Matter, and I was telling our producer this, and I was like, I didn't know that. So I didn't know if I'm the only one that didn't know this, but maybe you guys knew that, but I didn't know. I didn't know that it was founded by 3 people. Nope. Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tometi. And it was, like I said, formed after the acquittal of Zimmerman for shooting Trayvon Martin. It gained national prominence actually after the shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson in the following year in 2014.
That little kid, right?
No, Ferguson wasn't a little kid.
No, Michael Brown was he was like 16, right?
He was a grown man.
18? Michael Brown? The one that got in the paddy wagon?
Was he in the paddy wagon?
Yeah, the paddy. Michael Brown,
Ferguson. Michael Brown was in the paddy wagon.
No,
I don't think so. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think
that was another gentleman.
Yeah, that's somebody else.
Out of Baltimore.
Right.
Is that Baltimore?
I forgot what his name was, but he died and they broke his back.
Yeah, somebody ended up being like, okay.
So they said he was 17.
Oh, there you go. So these three people, and I'm not taking anything away from them because they're all activists in their own right. They have accolades and awards from many prestigious, movement, black movements and things of that nature. But I just, for my knowledge, I just researched because I keep hearing Black Lives Matter, but I never, really was like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, we all matter, And then I started really digging into it. So I found out that Alicia Garza, who she is an American civil rights activist, in 2003, she met Malachi Garza, a transgender man, and who was a community activist as well. And in 2004, she came out to her family saying that she was
the other side,
rooting for whatever. Yeah. And then in 2008, she actually married Malachi Garza and took on the last name. So I just kind of found that a little interesting. And then on top of that, Patrice Cullors, who also is the activist,
that's the last name?
Cullors. She identifies herself as queer. And in 2016, she married Janaya Khan, a social activist that founded Black Lives Matter in Toronto. So what I was telling our producer was, man, I didn't know that in the beginning it was just about the LGBT community. I didn't know that. I thought it was just Black Lives Matter straight up.
Is that what the initials still stand for? Like when they were putting it together, like.
So what? Right. So what did the
intent was
Black Lives Matter back then?
Or did it mean something else? Like
I don't know.
Like balls,
or did they
lips,
just take it in?
The initial blue balls matter.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. But all I know is that Black Lives Matter evolved around Trayvon Martin. Right. Now, but the initial intent was to really show the social injustices against the LGBTQ community.
They did when Obama was in there. Didn't Lady Gaga said, "Obama, we matter"? And after I think a few days later, a law was passed for some crap.
They could get married.
Yeah, what the heck?
So I just thought I didn't know if anyone out there knew about that, but I didn't know about that, and I did some research because, like I always preach you guys, do your research, so I did my own research, and I was like, I wanted to really know what this Black Lives Matter, what was the thought process behind it, and and I'm not taking away from it. If that's what it is, that's what it is.
That's what started.
But I also found out that Black Lives Matter is a different movement in each state. So there's different founders in each state for Black Lives Matter. Really? Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah, you see,
but I think they're still funded by the Jews.
I don't know if they're
George Soros,
right?
Yeah, I think he gave them like $100 million.
And then NAACP
right. And
is
see,
also
what we gotta
understand
Jews. When you have other people that's putting their money behind the cause, and it's not your people that's doing it, and they're not, it's already tainted.
There's limitations
because
to what you do.
There's an agenda behind, what they're trying to accomplish, and that agenda is not our agenda.
So y'all give you the money, but you can't say this, say that, do this, do that. Same thing with NAACP.
So, and then also in my research, because I'm a research, and I tell everyone research, find out on your own. I came up with. Oh, you want to read some comments? Read some comments.
Said, I think Black Lives Matter is whack and infiltrated.
Absolutely, said.
Well, hey, listen. I just gave you the background, so if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
I'm not with them.
I'm not taking opposed to any comments, because you know what? All comments are always welcome.
It was good in the beginning.
Well, what did you do? You just took away the comments.
The comments.
The comments, chat.
You just took away I don't know what you did. Oh,
cheese buzz.
You took away your comments,
Now
y'all.
Sorry, y'all. You know the cheese buzz.
See, now I'm getting bullied for clearing up.
Come on.
Okay.
Just pull up the comments.
Let me see.
Keep closing and then pull up the comments.
That's the point.
I don't know
help
what
you
happened.
see it.
I don't know what just happened. Conversations, maybe?
We are here.
Right there.
Comments.
There you go.
Does it say comments? I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't see that.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
It's right here.
Yeah. But if that's how Sad feel, that's how he felt. He said
I felt infiltrated a long time ago.
Well, there you go.
I gotta really listen to my revolutionary music.
Yeah, he did say that. He talks about all that on his music.
One of his tracks.
I just wanted to put it out there for people because, like I said, I do the research. I never knew any of that, so I don't want to put out anything out there that I didn't know. Did you know?
I didn't know.
See,
I knew they're funded by the.
I didn't know they were funded by Zoros either, but I didn't know. I didn't know that 2 out of 3. I didn't know the intent, the original intent, and I didn't really know what they really truly stood for in the beginning. So
that I didn't know, but I knew who funded them.
Yeah. So I just came up with, and my co-hosts don't know about that, but I came up with something on how to get your voice heard. So these are the proper steps on if you have an advocacy group and you want to get out there and you want to really get recognized and get your voice heard through the actual official way through your Congress. You got to call them at the district state office. Okay. And then if you run an advocacy group, invite local staffers to show up at your events and let them talk to people in the group that set up meetings between them, to kind of show what your advocacy group is about. So if I'm an advocate and passionate about frogs, I'm just putting it out there. I'm going to call, or eggplants like Etienne is obsessed with.
Because Caribbean people like to make legume, which is this type of spinach stew with eggplant to give it body. There you go.
And so invite staffers on field trips and show them what it's like in your communities and show them the work that you're doing. It's actually believe it or not, it's actually the staffers who run the ground game for Congress. It's not actually your congressman.
Of course.
So when
the little people.
Yeah, it's always the grunt workers, the peons as we call them. Okay, that actually run the ground game and help and work on helping them understand and learn what you're actually trying to do. Okay, so sending a personal letter to your congressman's state office is absolutely effective. One big thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't show up to town hall meetings. And that's something that we should get more in tune to doing. Because I feel like if more people of color start showing up to these town hall meetings and really trying to have a say in their community, that would be a huge step. I'm not saying it's going to be the result, but it would be a huge step into showing people that we're very serious about our community. Because I don't know if you ever see these town halls. You see a lot of Caucasian people there voicing, I don't want any. Why are you raising my taxes? I don't want the sewage. But you don't see a lot of us colored people or Hispanic there. These are our communities. Be involved in your community. And then if you want to know who your representative is, you can go to whoismyrepresentative.com to find out who your representative is and get that going.
And use their social media platform if you're a big influencer.
Absolutely.
Also
Use your social media platform. Absolutely.
So I just want to go back to a comment. Right. So earlier when I said, all lives matter, and then I said I was talking about that day, Brittany, I didn't mean anything by it. She just said that, she's just using our platform for Black Lives, to address Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. I didn't take no offense to that, Britt.
Yeah, when we say Black Lives Matter, because
I had
Black Lives
matter.
But, well, you know what I mean? The reason that's the issue too. Like when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not saying that all lives don't matter, but they're not the ones who've been shot in the street by the police.
Correct.
They're not the ones who've been pulled over and pulled out the car and been beaten down or whatever
for no reason.
is.
Shot in the back 7 times.
So all lives ain't going through that. It's only a certain demographic of people that are going through that.
Right.
So when we say that, it's almost like they don't want you to say that due to the fact
slap in the face,
of they don't want to face the guilt.
Right.
Correct.
But they're gonna get that judgment. They're gonna get that work. So it is what it is.
Well, all lives do matter. I do feel like all lives do matter, but I feel like your life don't matter if you feel like my life don't matter.
Right.
That energy you give me is the same energy I'm gonna give you. So if you feel like Menda Renee, your life don't matter, guess what? Person who said it, your life don't matter. And we can figure it out.
You sound like Malcolm X right there.
I'm just saying we could figure it out. We can figure it out. I'm just saying.
Now he said if I got something, if I'm a brother showing you brotherhood, you're not showing me brother, I'm not gonna waste my time on someone that don't love
me. It's an energy thing.
I'm gonna show you the same energy you show me.
That's right. The same energy you give me, the same energy I give you back.
Correct.
If you look at me like you want to hang me,
I'm gonna hang you first.
Like I'm gonna hang you too. Right. But you better be quicker than that because I'm gonna be faster than that.
But to piggyback on that all lives matter stuff, what pisses me off about that, it's like you see what's going on right now. Black Lives Matter. And you see we're getting suppressed. You see the injustice. You see killing. All of a sudden you're like, oh, we tired of this. All lives matter. All lives matter. Bro, that's a slap in the face. Let us get our voices out first because you're not being suppressed, bro. You good.
But I think people that say that sometimes don't understand that
don't
there's only two boxes that you're checking off. You're either white or you're black. There is no in between. So I'm there's no when they say race is either I'm going to say I'm black or I'm going to say I'm white or I'm going to check other. I'm just saying. So there's no Hispanic race. There's none of that.
All Hispanic lives matter.
No, it's just crazy. Like I said, I cannot sit here and say I understand your pain.
But I just say
I understand it as a mother because I have black children. I've never, besides that, I curse them out all the time when I get pulled over. I'd be like,
no, I can't.
My son was in the car one time. He's like, Ma, you going, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you don't care sometimes. But I do understand that I have children, brothers, husbands. It's crazy that we do live like that.
But like I said in the beginning of our podcast, I stated that there is only black and white, Hispanic, Asians, Chinese. We are all minority. They don't look at us as nothing else but that. So I'm half black, half Puerto Rican. I identify as both. But at the end of the day, I get it both ways. You understand what I'm saying? So when I get pulled over, when I open up my mouth, you can tell that I'm black. There's nothing Hispanic or anything about that comes out of this mouth. And you get what you get. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna, like I said, that energy you give me, same energy I give you. I don't care who it is. Same energy you give me, the same. Listen, I know, like I keep telling some of y'all, sometimes you gotta just open up a book and just observe sometimes how other people do things. And then you just write little notes. You just write little notes, oh, I see how they do that. That's how they move. Oh, I see how they move. You see how they move? Oh, I see how they move. You see how they do that? Oh, you see how they do that? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you get pulled over and they go, oh, I'm going to search your car. That's when you go, oh, I need a lawyer. Hold on. I need my attorney. No one said you got to get gangster on them, but sometimes you just got to flip it to kind of say, use their own ammo on themselves.
Sometimes some people are just that much under pressure, or you're in that much fear that you're like, okay, because there's nothing in your car, but you know what I mean. Let me get my attorney. Not everybody, they're just so pressed and so nervous about what's going to happen that they're like, okay.
On a lighter note on this subject, like how the police pulling. So I had a great encounter with a cop one time, right? I thought it was gonna be bad. So I'm driving. I'm in Michigan. I'm driving. I'm in the HOV line, and I'm like, the speed limit's 50, right? I'm like, this guy's going 30. So before I cross him, I call my dude that knows the law. I was like, bro, can I pass this guy? He's like, what's the speed limit? I was like, 50. I was like, what y'all going? I was like, he's about 30. I was like, man, he said you could pass him, cut. I was like, okay. So I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna pass him, right? So cop looks at me. Cop,
so
no, wait. I called him. Cop look at me. He was like, pull over. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't speeding. Why he pulling me over? I want to hear this. So I'm all dressed up, like I'm about to go to church. Yeah, which I was. I was going to pick up my girlfriend at the time. Right? He pulls me over, and I'm like, officer, I was not speeding. He's like, you weren't speeding. But I was like, why are you pulling me over? Oh, you was in the HOV law and for 2 minutes. I was like, damn, that's a law? He's like, yeah. He's like, where you going? Because you all dressed up. I was like, I was dressed up. So he said, license registration. I gave my school ID. I said, oh, you go to this university. He's like, you know what? I ain't going to give you a ticket. I've been looking for a place to send my daughter. So we got out the car, sat on the hood of my car. And literally I said, I got the president's number right now to the university. So I said, here's the number. I shot her a text. I was like, this officer here, boom, 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 boom. And then that was it. We dapped it up and I went on my way. That's a great encounter. But I don't know how I changed his life. But I'm saying not all cops are bad. But that's a great story right there.
I'm not saying all cops are bad. Just the bad ones that are
I
bad.
said, liked her notes.
Just the bad ones that are bad.
Yeah, I got some cop friends and they're cooler than
Yeah,
right.
So,
yeah,
I mean, I don't have anything against cops.
I'm not
I have a thing against the bad.
Yeah.
Hey, say that loud. What'd you say?
I used to beat one up.
I told you them sorry niggas are sorry cops, so sad sorry cops.
Right in his police, right in his patrol.
I'm just trying to tell you. But anyway. But anyway, I know we ran a little long and and we apologize, but our emotions got a little high because when we talk about it, I get a little upset because at the end of the day, you know, it's a lot of racial injustice that happens against brown, black, Hispanic people, period. And if you're not with us, you're against us. And whatever energy you give to us is what we give back. So do I feel bad that it happened to the Capitol?
Hell no.
Nah. It's been happening to us for years.
It's just sad that it played out on TV and it has to go down as a piece of history. That's just what it's.
The thing is, now the world sees. Everyone's like, damn. Everyone's like, you see the articles on every different country. Like, United States dudes are anarchy. Trump.
But the only reason why it's been made such a big thing is because of where it happened.
Right at the Capitol building.
We're supposed to be
to the white to the.
Go ahead. To
the white folks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you see them on there, they're on camera, like, oh my gosh, they're praying. And I mean, no disrespect to nobody. You know, they were sitting there praying and oh my God, let me call my home. And like people live like that every day.
Right.
Oh, my business to check on my businesses, make sure they don't come to work. Because they know
there literally was one lady like literally praying. Like
my mom been praying for me for 37 years. Make sure I get home safe. Due to what everything has been going on, what they know.
Brittany said, I feel passionately as well on this topic. This is a great platform to have this conversation.
Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it tonight because that's going to be the end.
Says that it's never a thing about the police. It's always been about the supremacy.
Facts.
Many white Americans do not have the same concerns we have, the same struggles we have by simply being Black in America.
Facts.
And then said that I don't even feel like we need to explain that. We don't do anything to make them think we mean our lives don't matter.
Facts. Like I said, they're scared just by the power we emulate. So with that being said, I don't have anything else. I really appreciate everybody that's been part of our conversation. I think this is a conversation that needs to continue to happen outside of, not only on the platform, but outside of the platform. And let me just put something out to not only me and Wanda and Etienne. We say that Black Lives Matter, but if I'm gonna be honest, I say Black Lives Matters from my couch.
Right.
So now it's time for me to get up and do something about it. So I challenge everybody out there that claims that Black Lives Matter to get up and do something about it. So let your voice be heard.
Right.
Agree.
All right.
And you already gave them the ways to do it.
Right.
We need to
get off the couch. Right. Get off. I'm not saying
stop liking those posts and start actually doing something.
I'm not saying go out there and get shot or storm the Capitol.
But just be more
active. Yeah. Because I'm be honest. For me, I say Black Lives Matter from the couch. Now I need to say Black Lives Matter from the street, from the forefront, from the hilltops, from a platform. Period. If you have a Black son, even if you have a Puerto Rican son, you should be out there saying Black Lives Matter.
Support your community and support your own too. That's how you keep the money in the pot. That's how the Jewish people do it.
Support Black businesses.
Support black businesses. Brown, Spanish, Black.
Any plugs today?
Support Hispanic food trucks.
Yeah, any Hispanic food trucks. Absolutely.
Barbecue grill.
Support it.
That vegan spot.
Because let me tell you something.
Oh, there's a vegan spot. What's the name? New Vegan in Del Rey.
I was so mad. I'm like, he's sending me a picture of this chicken look good right now.
Yo, you think vegan is just cardboard food? No. Whatever you eat at home, they can replicate it and make it vegan.
But I heard they even have vegan pork chops.
Yeah, but it ain't vegan. They even smoke it with some smoked paprika. Give it the pork.
Okay, well that's a topic for another day. So make sure you share. Like us on Facebook, share us on Facebook, subscribe. YouTube's, Instagram,
Spotify, Jesus Christ,
Spotify. Help us reach 100,000 views on all platforms, just not on one, on all platforms. That is our goal. If you like the content that we're bringing to the table, help us grow. We really, really appreciate it. So we can continue to bring you good content.
And the producer looked like he want to say something.
Go ahead.
What do you want to say, producer?
Because he sat up. I thought he was going to say something.
You can also become a Patreon at patreon.com/ratchet-t-podcast. Get your merch. He's showing the merch. Get your Ratchet
Is it up and
t-shirts.
running where they could order yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We will be live definitely on Wednesday. I had a little issue.
But they can go to the Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/ratchet-t-podcast. Sign up there and become a member there. It helps to support us of what we do, and we're gonna keep it coming.
Yeah, we'll keep you with good content.
We can't do it without y'all, so we need all of y'all support.
Yes. So
love you guys.
We love you guys.
See you guys on what is today? Sunday.
Wednesday.
I told you I forgot all about today because I was DIYing.
We don't want to hear about that.
We can hear about next episode though. Show them what Wanda Li be doing on the backside.
Right.
On
so hopefully,
my daughter contractor.
On my backside.
Hopefully
on the backside. I'm just saying.
Hopefully we can get Wanda Li to go ahead and do some of her DIY projects. We're trying to get that making, so we'll see if she can remember. But until then,
all right, go ahead. Until then,
he said on the backside, then we want to show the eggplant. Come on now, Paul.
She said on the backside.
I always want to do the eggplant.
Go ahead.
Because he be wishing it was that eggplant.
Okay. I don't want to know that. That's disgusting. that is.
Go ahead. It is the outro. What?
I keep telling y'all he need a helmet. Y'all don't agree with me. Come on now. How many of y'all want to see him wear a helmet this episode?
No.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
We all gotta wear helmets together. We all got helmets. Oh
I
my
don't need a
God.
helmet.
Yo, you got a guy. Look at. Oh, I see eyes.
Keep that helmet to yourself. I don't need a helmet, y'all.
Go ahead.
She said she don't need a helmet.
I don't need a helmet.
You need the helmet.
You need the helmet.
Just in case I go head up with Wanda Li. We go head up.
You go hit up.
Tackle.
You gotta watch what you say.
Okay.
No,
okay.
tackle. Head up. No.
Head up. Okay, listen, we gotta let the people go. If people want to go home, they want to go to sleep.
They know we are hot mess.
They want to go to sleep. So until Wednesday, guys, I am Menda Renee.
Wanda Li.
Your boy Etienne.
And this is Ratchet T.
Hey. Cheese bus.